All right, welcome everybody. We are going to jump into week 3 here in business ethics, and I wanted to come to you via video today from the standpoint that navigating the course we've had a couple issues with, and what it looks like to different people has been a little bit all over the map. So I wanted to kind of show you my screen and how we're going to work through the process of week 3, and specifically with the critical thinking assessment that's going to be due at the end of this week. So as we look here for week 3, learning objectives, describe and apply a process for ethically responsible decision making. If you have not finished reading sections 2.1 through 2.3 that are posted in Learning Unit 1, please do that ASAP. And then the big things that we have coming due this week are going to be the critical thinking assessment for Learning Unit 1, and also the business ethics project benchmark that's going to be due this coming Sunday as well. Now, we have these two big things that are going to be sitting out there, and I realize that the work going into them may seem significant, but what I would also say is you have 7 days from this point in time, if you haven't done anything else in the class, to be able to get this done, get it ready to go, and get it submitted here by this coming Sunday. So let's look at something real quick. If we go to our classroom and go to Submit Assignments, the Learning Unit Introduction, what we did for this one is going to be, you turned this in, and what we ended up doing for it was to go into our classroom, go into the critical thinking assessments. Let's back up here for 1 second. And I asked you to do part 1 of Learning Unit 1. So, 2-paragraph analysis on your reaction to the issues in one of the videos, identification of the ethical issues you might believe to be present, and then 2 questions from Elements of Thought and 2 questions from Universal Intellectual Standards. And what I did was I actually opened up, I took the name off of this so that the person isn't identified. But what we saw here was, okay, we have a good introduction, we have a good follow-up on the 60 Minutes clip, and this one was the breeding out disease. And then we were able to come down here and find not only the ethical issues, but also the questions. So is it ethical to play God as it pertains to the human genome? Is it ethical to only provide testing to those who can afford it, which is a great question? And is it ethical to have a government fund further research? Another great question. Now, the key things that we really want to go forward with here are going to be, okay, well, we don't have all the information needed in a 2-minute clip to make a valid decision. So we want to start pushing forward on some of the questions where we don't know the answer. Will there be any pushback from the religious community? Could this type of testing lead to a type of genocide? Which is another great question. Let's expand that further. Is the information provided accurate or skewed to persuade the audience to one side? Which, if you think about intro videos, right, it's almost a type of clickbait, which is going to really try to pique your interest to get you to watch the entire thing. And then lastly, what prevents a person from using genetic testing to promoting their own personal agenda, right? And that's a great ethical question too. So as you look at those types of questions, we can come back, and then we're going to come into part 2, which is going to be due this Sunday. After receiving feedback from your instructor on part 1, take the next 2 weeks to fully investigate the issue. Final submission will include restate the 2 elements of thought and 2 universal intellectual standards that you identified. We already have those. Provide a 2-page written paper focusing on your further investigation into the issue. This final paper should include your initial reaction and final analysis on the topic. And lastly, upload the final work to Blackboard by the due date, which you will do right here. So you already looked at one of these, right? The planet is warming, facing the crowd, or breeding out disease. And I'm sorry, you're going to upload your work right there. So based upon your reactions, your assessments at the beginning, we're going to take a deeper dive into that issue, and we want to answer the questions that you posed. That's why that first part to this was such a key point, key process. To those of you that have turned this in, you have already received my feedback, my comments, a week ago at this point in time. If there was an issue, then I emailed you about that, and asked you to either redo the assignment or come and see me so that we could talk about it further. Okay, let's see, what's next here? Oh, the business ethics project. So let's go back to our classroom. And then let's go to submit assignments. And then let's look at the business ethics project. Now, I've only had a couple questions on this one so far. And remember, you can do one of two things. You can do the compare and contrast between a small or regional company and then a large multinational global company in the same industry. So I think the examples we gave were like Thurman's Cafe and McDonald's, or Walmart and some local mom and pop shop, something like that. And then if we look at that, one of the things that we really want to identify here in this first one is just going to be this outline right here. So, one, we want to select the companies. We want to give an assessment of each. We want to compare and contrast how we view their relationships with the different stakeholders. And then we want to get that annotated bibliography going as well. We want you to have enough resources to be able to pull and have a lot of different conversations on that. Now, I'm not looking for a written paper with this, right? It's worth 25 points, but I need to know that you're asking the right questions. I need to know that you're going in depth on this issue. So that's the first one. Now, if you're going to do the student design project, come back here, then we want to start having the same type of conversation, right? We want to see how you identify what the project is going to be. We want to see how you identify what the key knowledge set is going to be. I mean, I haven't had a lot of questions on this, and I don't know if you guys are going to pursue this opportunity or not, but it is built by you. So you determine what your benchmarks are, you determine what the course of study is, and it gives you an opportunity to go forward and really pursue what you are interested in. And I can help you with that, but I got to know what the questions are first. And then lastly, you can come in here, Business Ethics Project, Benchmark 1, and submit your work data there. I'm interested in getting this back to you as soon as I can, so I have to have you guys get that bulk of the work coming into me as well. Now, if there's any questions, if there's anything you want me to discuss further, please reach out via email, stop in and see me, and we can kind of take care of that as we go. But I would definitely get back into Learning Unit 1. I would definitely get back into the first introduction assignment that we did a couple weeks ago. If you have any questions, just reach out. Thanks for your time today, guys. Really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.